Hey Dan, do you remember Spider-Man and the X-Men in Arcade's Revenge? It was a Super Nintendo game released by Acclaim in 1992, and in it you get to play as Spider-Man and as 4 members of the X-Men, those being Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, and Gambit. Now growing up, of course, we knew who Spider-Man was, and we knew who the X-Men were, but we didn't have any idea who Arcade was. Turns out he's a supervillain who has a gimmick, because it's comic books, and his gimmick is that he builds death traps. Very elaborate death traps, often. And so the rough plot of the game is that Arcade has kidnapped members of the X-Men and is holding them in one of his amusement park-themed death traps, or Murderworlds as he calls them, and Spider-Man is here to help save the day. There's some great music in this game. The music was composed by Tim and Jeff Follin, although it may be pronounced Fallon. It's kind of spelt like follicle. So as soon as you start up, you get these comic book panels to help explain the story. Spider-Man's swinging around the city. He sees Gambit being kidnapped by this giant garbage truck, which he recognizes as belonging to Arcade. And so he sets off to free Gambit and the rest of the X-Men and stop Arcade's evil plot. Alright, so our first character we get to play as is Spider-Man, and that's the only character you get to play as until you pass this first level. So Spider-Man is pretty straightforward to control. He's got, he jumps with the B button. Just like that. And he'll shoot his webs when you hit the Y button. And that's Spider-Man's only attack. He doesn't have any punches or kicks or anything. And the other button is X. When you hit X, he shoots out a web. And if he can get it to stick onto something above him, he swings. You can see there he's gone directly into the line of fire of this vicious robot. One of Arcade's creations. Alright. Now you notice in the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's the little Spider-Man face logo and the number 3. That's the 3 lives that you have. But you also see you've got this arrow. Alright. And that is your Spidey sense. It'll tell you where your next objective is. In this case, we have all of these bombs spread around this level. And we need to defuse each of them in order before the door will open and we can move on to the next stage. All you have to do to defuse it is just touch it, like that. And now, you can see my Spidey sense is going off. There's the next one. The next one is going to be up there. Now, to get over in that direction, we're going to have to do a bit of climbing. And we can either jump directly over, there we go, or we could have swung over. And again, this is very much a tutorial level just to get you used to controlling Spider-Man. There we are. And now where are we going to go next? You can have a look around. Oh, and you see Spider-Man can climb on the walls. He'll basically just stick to them as soon as he touches them. There we are. And so you can jump back and forth off the walls to climb. Now, he isn't able to initiate a swing while he's in the air. There's another robot. There are these stationary ones that fire out those little orbs. Alright, now, an important thing to know about the swing is that you can control the height of it. So if you just hit the swing, you'll just do that normally. But I'll get back into the same position. If you hold up as you are holding the X button to do your web swing, you'll actually swing higher. There we go. And we can do the same thing by pressing down. We can actually swing lower. And sometimes that's needed to clear certain obstacles. There you go. And to jump down from the walls, you basically just have to hit down and then hit jump at the same time. Alright, so this one wants me to go back down around. Yep, up here. See, it becomes very straightforward. It gives you a good opportunity to get used to these jumping and web swinging mechanics. And he'll fall. He doesn't take any damage when he lands, so you know, you can fall as much as you like. There we are. As you'll see, most of these enemies don't pose a big challenge. There we are. Oh, no, I've gone in the wrong direction. Which is why it's very helpful to have that spidey sense. And to jump away from the wall, all you want to do is just point in the direction away from the wall and jump. And Spidey will automatically do that. Now I know there's an enemy down there, so I'm going to jump down and crouch. Try to get out of its way, fire off some quick blasts. There we are. Now I'm low on energy. You can see the flashing energy bar there at the top left. But... oh, yep, it's back down there. But I should have enough to get through this level. Because there's only a couple more enemies. Yep, I dealt with that one. There's this one down here. Now, because this is the first level, and it's a mandatory level, we got pretty good at finishing this one when we were kids. Because every time you restart the game, you have to play this level. So I know that there is one of those robots right there. He's at the lower end of that. So it's just a matter of timing. Go up and hit the Y button to shoot, and he'll automatically shoot away from the wall. There we go. Should be 4 hits. And a bit of health there. Very good. Now there's one more over here. Yep. Now this one is a different color. You can see it's red. And it's shooting faster. So same sort of thing. Just want to get the timing right and just get off a single hit. There we are. Now we've reached the end of the level, but you can see there's this door in the way because we haven't defused all of the bombs yet. So we're going to do a bit of backtracking through, relying on our spidey sense to tell us where to go, and also our memory of having played this game so many times. There we are. And I actually, you know, I still have our Super Nintendo that we had as kids, and it still works, and, you know, our copy of this game still works amazingly. This was always something that I enjoyed doing as a kid, was just swing back and forth until, there we go, until you hit the end. But I am playing this on an emulator, doing that for a couple of reasons. One, it's a lot easier to capture the game footage that way, and two, it allows me to take advantage of save states and things like that, because, you know, I did beat this game, but not as a kid. I beat it quite some time after we first got it. And here we are introduced to Arcade. It says, "Welcome, one and all. Welcome, one and welcome all. I'm so glad you could make it, Spider-Man. Your presence here is a bonus I didn't plan. Still, there's plenty of fun for everyone." So you can see he has Gambit, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Storm. Let the games begin! All captured there. And now we get into the select screen. So you start with Spider-Man, but by hitting the select button, you move through. There's Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, Gambit, and back to Spider-Man. One of the things I find interesting about this, it gives a little biography, a little bit of information about each character. But for occupation, Spider-Man is listed as a freelance photographer. Everyone else is just an adventurer. I guess when you join the X-Men, you don't have to worry about, paying any bills. So from here, you have your choice of which of the 5 heroes you want to play as, and each one has 2 unique stages that they have to clear before going on to the next part of the game. All of the heroes play a little bit differently, not just because they have different superpowers, but because they also face different challenges set up inside of Arcade's amusement park. Alright, well that's going to be everything for this part. Next time we're going to have a look at Gambit's first level, and there's a couple reasons for that. The first is that I think Gambit's first level is the most difficult of these initial stages. And the second reason is that Gambit's first level includes a glitch where you can get infinite lives. Now there are no real cheat codes for this game that I'm aware of, so this glitch is just about the only way I was ever able to beat this game. Well Dan, if you have any questions or if there's something specific you want me to look at, just let me know. And I'll see you next time. Talk to you later.